with the Nolan. But
Mm-hmm.
against Totoro here, Franco, we did see yesterday one of the teams, can be answered by the Hylos and the Lunox. But, is it a illusion chip? No, never mind. It's a higher booster. Okay, that Loopy's guys here can lock in the higher booster with Prime on the 1-1 here. This is going to be quite an interesting matchup with Mila Toymoy here with the Alpha alongside Wind does hover over the Ixia. There are a lot of potential heroes to be picked. There has to be quite the target pick against this 1-1 because, a snowballing 1-1 is just going to wreck your game, even if you have Franco.
Definitely, Leonel. For a few seconds, I think Loopsy guys actually had our hopes high that he would be going with the YSS spike, but looks like the Hayabusa will be coming into the play from the side of Team RRE's ZOHUNT. On the other hand, I have to commend that pick of the Bruno. Bruno against a Hayabusa, you, you had the last pick. You're looking at your enemies as well. You have a 1-1 against you. Is this the right pick, Linville?
Oh, yeah, baby. I'd say in the early game, they do lack a little bit of their damage here with Kizoku here, lacking in that section. So most of the team fights might be oriented towards the goal lane side, and you have to have that advantage against the 1-1. Bruno might be able to shut it down in the early game, mid to late, possibly two-shotter if doesn't have the win of nature. But in this case, though, it is quite a fair matchup. But before we go in, PG, which lineup do you think are you gonna be favoring at least for this game?
I am favoring towards Team RRE's Hunt this time because they have the high laws, they have the 1-1, but maybe not so into the early game. We might not see a lot of action coming in,
Yeah.
but those pickups right there, I think this is going to be exciting, Linwell.
Indeed, the potential for RRE ZOHUNT here is quite strong, especially, both teams, they do have these bulky frontliners here with the high lows as well, the Gotcha, both revitalize. So a lot of team fights are going to be happening, at least in the third lane scenario. But we are on to the Land of Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, both teams marching down their lanes. And before we go on forward, don't forget to download the game Mobile Legends 5u5 if you want to participate in the tournament, which, by the way, registrations are still open and we have some slots here for the tourney if you want to participate. Two phases of the tournament here. But, yep. Offster going to be started off by both teams. On the red side here, blue buff, purple buff, high booster going to start with the orange buff. Most of them going to meet up in the goal lane side. High lows, Jonathan trying to force out the retribution perhaps very early on. Super toxic, still hovering over that. Not, I think, lagging a little bit maybe in that case. Prime is going on with aggression. Totoro trying to answer back and force. Hook maybe perhaps not going to be landed though. Iron Hook going to be missing. Honeypan here with the engage. Not going to be finding anyone. Forced to go back here. Invades though, coming in very strong here by Jonathan from the side of RE ZOHUNT. And it's just denying Toymoy all of his early game space here. Hook also not going to be landed, unfortunately. Retribution not going to be used here. No, never mind, doesn't have it, but able to take the red buff. Secure perfectly well.
The high loss is so content. Look at him. He's just going in with the ring of punishment. He's so aggressive, but looks like the first blood almost there. And it will be the Aurora picking up the first blood. It was an over aggression coming in from Team RRE ZOHUNT right here because, once you're actually trying to bait out that retribution, he should have backed off, but I think that was just not the play that we Team RRE ZOHUNT wanted to show, but looks like we got it. But on the other hand, the turtle will be spawning up. Right now, there is some kind of lead onto the side of Team Kaizikor already.
Yeah, blue guys here trying to make a play. They'll not may find the edge. Jonathan also trying to walk up forward. Doesn't have to revitalize. Both teams using up the spells. And Turtle, as you mentioned, spawned in. They are ready here for the engaged RE Zohan position very aggressively towards Skatokatcha's side. Can catch him off guard. Super Toxic also in the blue scenario. But they catch on the Gato Chieru here. Force it back off with dash. Dusty Mizo pops in the ultimate, dealing a burst of damage. Flickers out of the Alpha's range here. Honey Palm trying to go in. There's a Hayabusa. Quad Shadow coming in. Doesn't commit the Shadow of Eager and goes back instead. Toxicity. Gonna miss out the hook there. As Jonathan backs off forward. Perfect zoning here. Perfect positioning by RRE ZOHUNT.
Definitely, Linwell. They made sure to get the river area control so that he would be, oh, wait a minute, into the mid lane.
Yeah, I think it's going to survive there. It doesn't have full commitment. Passive procced, so that is quite a turn for RE Zohan here. But Jonathan is just so aggressive, right? He does have the level 4 Toctoro also, but not going to be denied here. And I think just hovering over and just taking so much space here away from Kizuko.
Jonathan is definitely over aggressive, like in those situations that it is not needed. But his zoning ability, his vision giving ability is so on top notch that look at him. He's already giving up a lot of space for the mates to come up slowly, rotating towards the top lane already. Hayabusa already in some kind of position, like he's trying to see if there's anyone he could catch off guard. But that's the role of Hayabusa. That's the thing, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh, but our hook can be
Oh.
landed on towards the Bruno. And Prime getting taken down. Hayabusa here with the Ogi Shadow kill, but dealing a lot of damage. Not going to be finishing off there. Honeypam doesn't have the Abyssal ultimate here, Chaos ultimate to finish them off. They're so low in HP. Wants to go in. So tempted. Honeypam playing off the lanes. Does have the ultimate. Trying to go in. Lopi's guys there in the mid lane here. Cutting off and engage here with against the Argus. Against the but trying to go in. Brilliance ultimate being popped, a lot of damage being bursted down. Win for the Jonathan, but Iron Hood back into the turret. Super Toxic getting a double kill. Kizoku here getting huge trade-offs.
The Butcher is definitely cooking. What an Iron Hook coming into the top lane. First it was the Bon, then it was the Lunox. Oh my god, that was your point right on, I have to say, Linville. On the other hand, another turtle will be spawning up. This will be the second turtle. While both the teams are fighting out for the river area control again, Gatotkacha is there for the helping his team again. Even Edith is available. This is, I really have to say this is going to be a very exciting battle
Yep.
that would be coming
But
in.
Super Toxic there, getting taken down very early on. There's a mix down for the side of Kizoku here. 3-4 Gallagher's going in onto Jonathan, dealing a burst of damage, but not going to be finding anyone. Instead, going to be flipped by the Edith backwards. And Jonathan here struggling a lot, still so tanky. Edith there, gonna be bursted down. Does pop the ultimate, but Loopy guys here finishing off the turtle on the side here. Miller Toymoy gonna be taken down by Dusty Mizo as Clearlands, 5 of members of ZOHUNT here, clearing out Kizoku, ready for a mid-fight. Prime still on the front lines, not really liking off, taking the blue buff, purple buff here. In this case, Retribution not ready yet, and the rest of the team, Kizoku, trying to cancel it, and instead it is going to go to Honeypam for a much needed mana regen.
Oh, I told you this is going to be exciting. Look at that, another engage coming in.
Yeah, very strong here, because pop out the glorious pathway, but Jonathan not going to be finding anyone in the side of the enemy turret here. And quite a difficult scenario. Concealed play though being unactive. Jonathan marching out forward with skill 1, trying to dash Honeypam, dealing a burst of damage with the Chaos ultimate, but going to get hit down in the turret. Jonathan so low on HP, still survives, does have the revitalize. No, never mind, he was popped already. Prime here, trying to go in with Prime Gaming, dealing a burst of damage, but not going to be finding anyone. There's all members of the side of Kizoku gets in the turret, and the orange buff gets reset at the concealed play by Kizoku, trying to go and force Prime backwards as Honeypam still in that bush, ready for a disengage, ready for catching off someone. Possibly could be the Bruno. No, never mind. He goes back. And in the bot lane here, Loopy guys getting a turret, free, scot-free, gets away with the quad shadow. Still mid lane fight here, getting Frigid Glacier being popped out here. Jonathan still tanky and healthy, gets hooked in the turret though. Dusty Mizo gets taken down, and a precise ultimate by gonna catch it. Docks two members of the side of ZOHUNT here, but double kill for Honey Power in the back line, dealing burst damage. Loopy guys perfectly on sync with the quad shadows and gets another kill. 3 for 2, still on the fight. Cheru, half HP, wants to go in, but Ryan here calls to back off as the rest of members are still pushing on to his mid lane. RRE and the quad shadow being landed perfectly, but not going to have the Ogi shadow for finishing off the deal as both teams reset after that long fight.
A very long fight, Lulu. I was waiting for my turn to speak, but I finally got my chance. It was fight on fight. They were just going aggressive head on. Like both the teams want blood for each other. That is good sportsmanship we are looking at. There we go.
Well, it looks like they're going to go back in with Glow's Pathway and killing spree against Super Toxic. Prime here as well, but a massive hit by the Gacha. Not going to be committed fully. He's all alone in the front line. 3 members, Kizoku so low HP. Killing spree for both of them as Prime also gets the kill. Put falls in the process. Quad Shadow by Hayabusa trying to go in on the Totoro, finish it off, but he's going to survive with half HP. Middle lane turret still being pushed. The rest of the members of RRE ZOHUNT going to take the jungle and perhaps collapse onto this Lord here.
What a team fight coming in. Little, I have to say, and I have to mention how there is this Franco, there is also the Aurora to pin down that Hayabusa or probably the one as well, and they are rightfully doing so as well. Look at that trade. It was a 1-for-4 trade, not a good trade from the side of Team Kaizoku, but they are still doing so well. They managed to get 7 kills so far, but looks like the Lord already taken into the hands of Team RRE ZOHUNT. This will be an uncontested Lord because right now Team Kaizoku, they are lagging behind those gold even on the kills. It is not favoring them right now. At the max, they could actually do a very successful Lord defend, or they will be losing out the turrets. Losing those turrets at a level 1 Lord is really not advisable, and they really should actually cater to that.
Indeed, very much so. The waves are going to be synced perfectly, at least in the mid to the bot side here. Kizoku trying to defend a little bit, but it's relying a lot on this Franco here to land those iron hooks. It's quite difficult there. The Holy Blast kind of coming in and clear out some of the minions here. Lord still strong and healthy. First member is trying to go in this case, but ZOHUNT not being able to find it. Frigid Glacier also being popped and revitalized. It's so tanky. Hanipam gets the kill, and there's a 1-1 with the crossbow tank bursting him down. And only 4 members left here. Minions there's the second wave here, pushing on to the mid and bursting down the turret here. Prime pushing on forward, and a massive flicker play by Dusty Mizo flips the Bruno to the backside. Wind going down here. Prime pushing onto the bot lane turret here is looking almost over for the side of Kizoku. As top lane turret also being pushed. Cheru defensive successfully. Jonathan trying to go in with the glorious pathway, but not before there's a suppression here onwards by the Franco or by Hanipam. Shut down. And Hiru getting the kill, but goes back safely. Dusty Mizo with a massive knock up here with Earth Shadow trying to go in prime here. One of the only frontliners left with bursting down. But Quad Shadow against Totoro finishes off the deal. Dusty Mizo getting the kill, but they're taking down the process. Lopi's guys finish off 2 members of Kizoku as only 2 of them are left to defend this push being done by the other 2 members. It's 2v2, ZOHUNT versus Kizoku. Lobby guys managed to caught Shadow, trying to go in on Toxic, but not going to be finding it. Turret being melted down. Inhibitor, is it just going to go down? No, never mind. Still surviving and healthy. Prime has to back off as the rest of members of Kizoku spawns back.
Prime is just jumping around with that 1-1, left to right, top to bot, bot to mid. Look at him. He was at the crystal like few seconds ago, and right now he's in the bot. There is this Franco lurking. He might be in trouble, but Jonathan is already up. He's trying to provide those vision. That's what a tank do, and that is what Jonathan is actually doing. He's he's good at it. On the other hand, that Franco, his iron hooks are on point whenever it hits, but it's like a very hit or miss position that he has. Whenever he gets it, he's just making sure to choking down those 1-1 or the Hayabusa or probably the Edith, but that just not.
Minute mark here, and it is quite a goal difference with almost 8 to 9k, I believe so. That's averaged out there. Kizoku has to defend this successfully. They'll match to land an iron hook, but onto the wrong target there. Freeze Glacier coming in, but so thank you. Survives with the right three eyes, and the glorious pathway is still immuning it. The burst of damage. Loopy guys gets into the back line and finish off 2 crucial members. 3 Totoro also taken down. He's gonna be a maniac. Though passive big props. Loopy guys not gonna be able to get the quad, and instead, third gonna be finished off before the game ends as RRE ZOHUNT takes the victory, takes the dub over Kizoku, and moves on to the next round.
Oh my god, that was basically a maniac. I have to say, if the base wasn't taken down, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure that he would have gotten that.
it's quite unfortunate. But yep, it was quite an interesting game. Crux was watching along in the side.